Do you know what happened to Cesare Borgia? In 1503, he was the most feared man in Italy. A duke, a ruthless commander, and Machiavelli's living model for the prince. By 1507, he was dead in a ditch, betrayed by allies he trusted. That's the nature of betrayal. It never announces itself. They smile, they shake your hand, and thus they wait for the perfect moment to strike. Welcome to the real world, a world where perception kills faster than reality. Today, I'll show you what Machiavelli truly meant when he wrote The Prince. Not the watered-down version they feed you in schools, but the raw, brutal blueprint that's guided history's most powerful figures for 500 years. And I promise you this, by the end, you'll walk into any room and see the hidden power dynamics no one else notices, and no one, ever again, will blindside you. Take Michael. Harvard-educated, brilliant, loved by everyone at his firm. One day in a meeting, he admitted he was struggling with a project. I could really use some help. 2 months later, he was gone, pushed out. His supportive colleague Sarah? She'd been whispering to the executives that Michael wasn't strong enough. Machiavelli's first law of survival: never bleed in front of wolves. You don't have to be broken for them to destroy you. You just have to look breakable. They don't attack you because you're weak. They attack you because you appear weak. When my first business was collapsing, I had just $347 in my account. Investors were leaving. Partners were panicking. Every morning, I still put on my best suit, walked into meetings with unshakable confidence, and spoke about our future as if success was inevitable. Years later, one investor admitted, I was ready to pull out. But when I saw how calm you were while everything was burning, I doubled down. That's Machiavellian action. Perception creates reality. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you truly are. So here are the rules. No public struggle. No crying on social media. No unnecessary complaints. Suffer in silence. Because every time you show weakness, someone is watching and calculating. Who's the most powerful person in the room? It's rarely the one talking the most. At the Allied conferences during World War II, Roosevelt charmed the crowd. Churchill made grand speeches. Stalin sat in silence, observing, waiting, and when he finally spoke, everyone listened. The more you talk, the more weapons you hand your enemies. If no one knows what you're thinking, they fear what you might do. Silence is strategy. Unpredictability is power. Think about the last argument you had. Who lost control first? Who started explaining, defending, justifying? That person lost before they finished their sentence. Next time, take 3 seconds before responding. Lower your voice instead of raising it. Ask a question instead of making a statement. Let silence hang heavy. Watch the power dynamic shift instantly. Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Julius Caesar learned this too late, stabbed 23 times on the Senate floor, not by enemies, but by Brutus, the man he trusted most. Loyalty sounds noble, but Machiavelli knew the truth. Loyalty is transactional. People are loyal to their own interests, not to you. The moment your value drops, their loyalty vanishes. If you want to be untouchable, erase the illusion that loyalty will protect you. It won't. Only power and leverage protect you. Make yourself indispensable. Control resources others need. Information, connections, opportunities. Build a reputation that makes people think twice before crossing you. And never reveal how much you need anyone. I learned this when a partner tried to push me out of my own company. While he plotted, I built relationships with our biggest clients. When he moved, I whispered to those clients that I might start my own firm. Within 48 hours, he was the one being shown the door. I didn't threaten. I didn't argue. I activated leverage. And when betrayal comes, because it always does, remember, reacting fast is what they want. When you react, you stop thinking. When you respond, you control the board. Al Capone understood this. In 1929, 7 men from Bugs Moran's gang were executed in the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Capone wasn't even in Chicago that day. He was in Florida, smiling for cameras, while his carefully chosen men carried out his revenge. Capone didn't react. He responded, calculated, timed, devastating. Your enemies must never see how much they've affected you. If they believe they shook you, they already won. But if you absorb the blow without flinching, if you strike back later with precision, they begin to doubt their own power. That doubt becomes your weapon. For decades, J. Edgar Hoover controlled American politics without ever holding elected office. Presidents came and went. Hoover stayed untouchable. How? He collected secrets. He built files. He didn't need to threaten. His power was implied, atmospheric. Visibility invites envy. Attention invites sabotage. But influence without exposure is invincibility. That's the highest law of power, control without credit. Let others wear the crown while you own the kingdom. Let them fight over applause while you quietly direct outcomes. Build a reputation for making things happen behind the scenes. Let others take the spotlight while you remain the architect. Feed their egos. Let them believe it was their idea, while you shaped the path. When you're invisible, you're unpredictable. When you're unpredictable, you're unstoppable. Everything comes down to one principle. In a world where most people operate on emotion, the strategist always wins. 1. Perception creates reality. Manage it. 2. Silence creates power. Use it. 3. Loyalty is transactional. Build leverage. 4. Reaction is weakness. Response is strength. 5. Visibility is vulnerability. Control from the shadows. Closing. Remember that investor who doubled down on my failing company? 3 years later, we sold that business for 8 figures. At the dinner, he told me, "I never invested in your company. I invested in you because when everything was collapsing, you still looked untouchable." That's Machiavelli's real lesson. He wasn't teaching cruelty. He was teaching survival. The most powerful person isn't the one with the most weapons or the most fame. It's the one who remains unmoved when others try to destroy him. The one who can smile under threat. The one who rises when crushed. That's what it means to be untouchable.